something for you, but keep it to yourself. I'm feeling curious, want to explore it, nothing too serious. Forget the world for a minute, before we know it, the future's the past. Seize the moment while we're in it, hold on to each other as long as it lasts. I don't care about forever, 'cause sometimes forever is over so fast. Hush, hush, baby, come in here with me. I want for you to go. No need to worry, there is no hurry to stay. We'll take it slow.
And as an individual player,
The 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here, and so is the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. American Airlines Arena, the place, and the Miami Heat will be on their home floor as they go up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Well, for Minnesota, they haven't forgotten the fact that this team swept them last year in the regular season. This is a game they had circled going in. And here we are, start of a new season. So much drama coming out of the gate.
Drama for your mama.
Shaq, for the teams that are underperforming thus far, what can they do to try and right the ship?
Look, Ernie, it's early, so don't overreact. You can mix up the rotations a little bit. Don't be scared, Coach. Do what you got to do.
Well, first, you got to keep believing in yourself. But I love these player-only meetings.
Oh, I'll bet you.
I did, man.
Really? You
Because
did? You liked them?
Oh, because I used to – that's the only time I could really look in your face in front of the other 11 guys and tell you how I really feel about you.
Like, Akeem, you're killing us.
No, that never was said. It was more like, see, we should only give it to Akeem because he's the only one not killing us.
Oh.
We're live, the home of the Miami Heat, American Airlines Arena in downtown Miami, Florida. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. And for the Heat, we've got another hometown game here in Miami. Well, compared to last season, you'd have to say the start to this season has not been quite what you'd expect. They hope to improve their record with the wins tonight, sir.
You know, during the course of a long season, every team hits what I call that speed bump. And this team is in that stretch right now. I wouldn't discount them. They still got a chance to be really good. And this could very well just be a bump in the road when we look back on it.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Well, guys, you know, sometimes it can be a problem when you have as much talent as the Timberwolves do on their team. And it's a lot of offensive talent as well. So are there enough touches for everybody? Now, Karl Anthony Towns says yes. He says, no matter what, we are all going to eat. There is enough food on the table for all of us. Kevin, this is always a problem for you, but we're going to let you eat first.
All right, D.A., not a problem. I ordered more than enough for all of us. A battle of upstarts tonight. Both teams want to win, but also want to develop young talent. Brent, at this stage, is one goal more important than the other?
Yeah, I think development is first and foremost for each of these teams, Kevin. And sometimes you can learn more from losing than you can from winning. I was always told as a player growing up, when you lose, don't lose the lesson. The team right here with developing young talent needs to make sure that they adhere to that.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Wiggins at small forward with Gibson at the 4. Teague runs the point with Butler at his side. They're the backcourt. And it's Towns in at the 5. Home in the paint. Dragic kicks to Waiters. Dishes it to Richardson. They double him with Wiggins. Mickey passes to Richardson. Off target with his 3. And now the fast break, Gibson with the ball. And Butler gets it to go on the assist by Gibson. Butler's got his first points of the game.
And Butler has really bulked up since coming into the league. You see his strength on tough shots like that one.
Dragic dishes to Richardson. They double him with Wiggins. Johnson with it. Now guarded by Towns. Richardson with a screen for Johnson. Over Towns. Minnesota with the rebound. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
And you know what? Up against a weak defense, they were allowed to do pretty much whatever they wanted.
Yeah, what I like, though, besides that, is that they just didn't settle for it, because weak defenses, you could take bad shots. That's not what they did here tonight.
Here's Richardson following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Johnson left side. Johnson double teamed, and there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. That is his first foul of the game. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second foul of the first quarter, and they may want to sit him for a while to avoid number 3.
Here's Richardson. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Tough for Josh Richardson last year to get some consistent play due to injuries that just sort of took him off track, but it definitely slowed up what was looking like a very encouraging sophomore season, and still has a bright future ahead of him.
And he knocks down the first one. And despite the injury-riddled season last year, you can see what Richardson provides to a team when he is healthy, and Brent, when he's ready to go. Solid wing player.
Well, they love Richardson coming out of college as a guy who could play flat-out defense on the wing, and then all of a sudden he stepped up in some big moments 2 years ago and started draining three-point shots. So they feel like they've got a perimeter player in Richardson that's going to make that kind of progression and have that kind of consistency for them in the next few years.
Now here's Gibson. He's coming off a 16-point game against Oklahoma City.
And don't forget about the work he did on the boards. His rebounding was a huge help in that game.
Good work there as it goes.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
And it's Wiggins with the jam.
That's the kind of work you want your point guard to do. Sensational ball movement by Jeff Teague there to set up his man.
Here's Mickey. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic.
And where's the help? Obviously a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Well, you have to be able to trust each other on the defensive end of the floor. Otherwise, the whole thing is just going to crumble.
And defensively, this is a nightmare. He's already on a roll.
I love his will, his take charge attitude, the aggressiveness, all of that showing up here in the first.
Richardson, good.
Well, Richardson came in shooting threes and thought that might be the only thing he could do. He's no one-trick pony.
Basket, good. Towns has got 6 points. The Heat trail by 4. Waiters outside. Towns comes with a double team, and it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for the Heat.
And they really based almost their entire offense around the three-point shot. Spread the floor, space the defense, and if the deep shots aren't falling, at least it should open things up inside.
First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. Towns comes with a double team. Shot clock at 6. Waiters for 3. Hits it from three-point range. Waiters got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And the dunk by Towns.
And I'm just loving how Butler looks for his teammates. If you're open, he'll find you.
For Miami, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Towns comes with a double team. Dragic with a wide open look. Miami keeps it going. A new 24-second shot clock. Nicky can't hit. Minnesota leading by 3. Towns with it. Now guarded by Dragic. Count that bucket. 10 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Towns comes with a double team. Johnson kicks to Mickey. That one falls coming off Johnson's feet.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
They're getting some early returns on the season, Brent, for top teams that are already looking great. How early is too early to start thinking about things like home court advantage?
Well, it's kind of like Christmas, Kevin. It's never too early to start thinking about the home court advantage. You know, and a lot of veteran teams would tell you that they're not concerned about whether their game would travel come playoff time. But home court advantage is something that they would all like to have. Trust me.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
That one is off.
I love the complementary aspect of this group now. You know, you've got the young talent, but you've brought in some veteran leadership here for the Timberwolves. The duo of Wiggins and Karl Anthony Towns kind of gave the confidence to them to go out and acquire a superstar in his prime like Jimmy Butler.
So he comes up empty at the line. And Greg, the core of this Timberwolves team is Wiggins and Towns. And, you know, rarely do you get to see 2 number-1 overall picks team up early in their careers.
And how about back-to-back years, no less. But I consider Jimmy Butler kind of a foundational piece as well. He's in the conversation for the best shooting guard in our league.
Well, the Heat story last year was about some kind of rekindling. At the beginning of the year, really struggling. And then all of a sudden, they just burst into flames. They were right in the playoff hunt after the All-Star break. An incredible turnaround for Eric Spoelstra and his staff.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
The first one falls. And the Heat last season, winning 30 of their final 41 games of the season, they would finish, Brent, at 500, but they had to work to get there.
Amazing to think that even with that turnaround, maybe just one game could have made the difference for the Heat getting into the playoffs. It ended up becoming Chicago as the 8th seed, and they beat the Heat 2 times last year.
And both free throws good from Gibson.
So easy to respect Taj Gibson and the way he goes about his business. A strong leader on and off the floor.
To the middle, here's Johnson, and the slam dunk by Johnson.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
They double him with Butler. Waiters outside. Johnson. It's rebounded by T. Minnesota leading by 5. And Wiggins throws it down hard.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. That was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment.
Oh! Ouch. It's contagious. Every guy on the team working to keep this streak alive.
It's so fun when you're rolling like this. You just want it to continue as long as possible. And right now, fingertips are ablaze.
For 3, Richardson, and that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Dragic has got 4 assists now tonight. Takes the 13-footer, and again, Andrew Wiggins. Wiggins has got 8.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Dragic against Teague. Got a piece of it, and stolen by Wiggins. Teague, the pass to Wiggins. The baseline J. Here's Gibson. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. The Heat trail by 8. Mickey kicks to Dragic. They get a hand on it. Pass to Butler. And it's Dragic with the rebound.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
And now Minnesota on the fast break. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
Yeah, you can credit the play calling. Nothing really fancy, just imposing their will on the inside.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. This their first chance to take a look at the Timberwolves this season.
And guys, these teams don't see each other too often, but last year they would have liked to see a little bit more of them, the way they were able to take care of their business.
We see it so often. A player will languish in one system, then flourish in another. Brent, during your 14-year career, which coach's system fit you the best?
Well, I think my years in Seattle, we opened up the offense a little bit. I had the opportunity to play more of a point off guard. But I also enjoyed the structure of what Greg Popovich's system in San Antonio offered up as well. It's always interesting, Kevin, with players who are languishing on benches for other ball clubs, how general managers start to assess whether that guy can be part of something great if they were to bring him in. I had the opportunity to play for a lot of great coaches and thought that I mixed up my game enough to make it a long career.
And a new group in for the Heat. Olynyk, he's checked in for Mickey. Winslow comes in for James Johnson. Wayne Ellington's checked in for Richardson. And it's Johnson in for Goran Dragic. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Gorgie Dang's checked in for Taj Gibson. Wiggins with it, and it's Johnson picking up. Whoa!
Wow, good look out. And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
And if you check out the strategy, you can see already the plays that they're calling. Feels like they found a weakness or two in the defense.
Kicks it to Waiters. He feeds it to Johnson. They double him with Wiggins. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Waiters. Gets it to go from 18 feet away. Waiters got his second bucket of the night.
Well, he is an offensive weapon, especially when Waiters gets locked in the catch-and-shoot game.
Wiggins kicks to Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. The Heat trail by 12. The dish now to Olynyk. There's the pass to Waiters. Bangs home the trifecta. Waiters got a couple of threes now in the first for Miami.
Let's face it, with this guy, it is bombs away every chance he gets. You got to get up on Waiters.
In this first period, they've been aggressive and extremely focused.
I don't think you ever expect to carve out such a big lead early on in a game like this, but let's see if they can maintain momentum.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And listen, if you're 7 foot and can shoot threes, there's a place for you in today's NBA. Olynyk has that rare combination. I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Here's Johnson. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Passes it to Olynyk. He kicks to Waiters. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Towns with the ball, and the dunk by Towns.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
And they're pushing it up. The finish, and the dunk by Towns.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Johnson dishes to Winslow. The feed to Ellington. Towns comes with a double team. Winslow kicks to Olynyk, and it's good for 2.
And really, the improvement as a finisher is noticeable for Kelly Olynyk.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
Adebayo is checked in for Dion Waiters.
One shot behind the lanes.
Timberwolves leading by 11. Here's Jang, and finished off by Jang.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And to me, this is why they're winning, guys. Unlikely players stepping up huge against a defense that's really nowhere to be found.
And so the ball's out of bounds. Winslow touched it last.
And now a chance to look at Jimmy Butler. Great showing for him last season. 5th in steals, 14th in scoring, and he'd make you pay every time he went to the line. Top 20 in free throw percentage.
And as you pointed out, he was top 5 in steals last season. Just a lethal combination of great physical ability and acute mental preparation.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Towns comes with a double team. Here's Adebayo, defended by Towns. Shot clock at 5. Johnson, that's for 2. Not enough on that one as it misses.
And, you know, doesn't matter where you line him up. Tyler Johnson has become a playmaker. You know, had to work his way into the NBA, but he has quickly established himself. Great threat off the bench who brings instant scoring and can be a catalyst for your offense.
Olynyk the pass to Johnson, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, the defense right up on him, and Tyler Johnson just stays focused to sink that one.
Knocks it loose, and stolen by Ellington. Towns with the steal. Puts it up. That shot missing, and it's Miami the other way. And great with Johnson, it's that burst he plays with on the floor that makes him such an energizer.
Yeah, and for a player who isn't the biggest guard, you know, he attacks with reckless abandon. Great speed of play in the half court as well as transition, and he's really slippery and can step in if you overcommit.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Shabazz Muhammad's checked in for Wiggins. Crawford comes in for Butler. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Jeff Teague. The Heat trail by 13. In the corner, Winslow with it. And it's off from three-point range. Inside, here's Muhammad. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
Well, collectively, they've done it tonight here. A passionate performance from the squad.
And here we go. Fast break. Muhammad's got it. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And the rejection by Towns. And he elevates for the slam. Justice Winslow did not like that.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
And I'm loving what I'm seeing. The passion that they're playing with up and down the floor.
Here's Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Well, terrific anticipation using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Timberwolves lead by 16. And we'll be back with you right after this. And forward James Johnson battled his way back into the league after some stints abroad. He talked about his approach to the game.
I play the game how it's supposed to be played. I play offense, I play defense, I rebound, steals, blocks. You know, I'm pretty much that guy who likes to work hard and don't want anybody to beat him out, you know, except the challenge.
That's exactly the kind of hard-nosed, old-school attitude that coaches just love.
Kevin, and so do his teammates. I mean, a guy like that brings out the best in everybody on that team. They just kind of feed off of his effort and desire.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And, guys, we've seen a confident-looking Timberwolves team out there.
They're just not sitting back. They are going for steals, and their activity has been terrific.
Yeah, so that disruption is helping out because it's leading to some easy chances on the other end.
On the court for the Timberwolves as our second quarter is underway. Towns and Jang, the lengthy pair inside. Crawford out there with Jones, and it's Muhammad in at the three. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, guys, Miami's Eric Spoelstra is known for his focus and his devotion to work. How does he stay centered? Yoga. He said, I like it because you have to keep your eyes on your own mat. If you're not focused on the spot in front of you, you'll fall over. And Kevin, that mindfulness translates across the board.
Mindfulness. That's an interesting way to look at things, D.A. Spo is a great communicator. Knows how to certainly get through to his team. White, he's checked in for Miami. He hits the second from the line. Hey, Brent, we know that speed is at a premium these days, but so are analytics. Talk about some of the guys who are both quick and extremely efficient.
I think about a couple guys at the point guard position because that's normally you say quick, that's where your head goes, Kevin. So Isaiah Thomas is one of those guys that is just a blur. Once he crosses half court, he's going to counterpunch you in some way. And then Steph Curry in Golden State, you have to come out to 30 feet to guard what Steph's going to do. But there are also guys who are deceptive with their quickness and the way that C.J. McCollum manipulates a pick-and-roll set and gets himself into the mid-range. Those guys are pretty good at what they do, exercising that quickness along with efficiency.
And Towns gets it to go.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Pass to Adebayo. They get a hand on it, and it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. And a look here at the shot chart for Minnesota.
Well, when you have a whole team that is locked in, this is what your shot chart looks like. They are moving the ball well and taking shots with confidence. When this team comes out and is knocking it down from all over like they are right now, they are one of the toughest in the league to beat.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Poke loose. And here we go. Fast break. Towns has got it. And the dunk by Towns.
Yeah, good job with the anticipation. And then the quick hands results in points off the break.
Sometimes you calculate the risks, and he did it there, but couldn't have turned out any better.
Johnson dishes to Winslow. Towns comes with a double team. Back to White. Good ball movement here by Miami. Just 4 to shoot. And here we go. Towns heading to the hoop. And the dunk by Towns.
And at full speed, he still has the wherewithal to get himself in good position.
Yeah, the snap decisions right there. Reading the situation on the move and then making the right choice.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones.
All right, a chance to check out the numbers for Towns. Coming off a terrific season, averaged about 25 points per game, 12 rebounds, and 2 assists. And every team needs a good backup big to spell the starters, and that's what he brings to the table.
The role consists of rebounding, setting screens, protecting the rim. Anything else he gives you is found change in the couch.
Goran Dragic is checked in for Tyler Johnson. Taj Gibson's checked in for the Timberwolves.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Dragic kicks to Winslow. Poked away. Here's Crawford. Here's Jang. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Timeout called the Heat. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
And the biggest problem for them in that game, even as they got into foul trouble, they could just never pull back.
Yeah, they just stayed aggressive the whole way, and you love the effort, but the fouls limited what they could do with their rotations here tonight.
Well, Eric Spoelstra known for being a player's coach, but he also isn't afraid to dish out some tough love. With this team in a rebuilding phase, he's had to do that a lot.
Well, I think what he's trying to do is just get the most out of every player on the team, and he lets them know, I'm going to put you in positions, guys, to maximize your potential. Sometimes that can come from tough love, but most of the time it's because they want greatness. That's what the Miami Heat organization is all about.
And the Heat with some changes. Johnson comes in for Winslow. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Wayne Ellington. Here's Richardson. His last outing, 16 points for him.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And White with the block, but he stays with it. That one goes. Count it. Muhammad's got 5 points now this quarter.
And you really can't say that it's like they've been lights out here on this run, but they are just getting a lot of second chance opportunities.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
And this deficit, a direct result of their lack of execution offensively.
And Miami making a change here. Mickey's checked in. To the paint. Here's Jang. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Jang's got his third basket of the night right there.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Johnson with a screen on Jones. Over to the wing. Crawford against Richardson. Johnson with a screen on Jones. Mickey. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. Dragic has got 5 assists in the game.
Now, some guys have a hard time finding their teammates in those possessions. Dragic is always looking to dish to get it to the open man.
And offensively, they've done a great job here of staying in rhythm.
Well, they've been the better shooting team throughout the first half because of their patience and because of their shot selection.
Hey, Brent, analytics more and more playing a part in the NBA, almost to the point where people now feel guilty taking mid-range jump shots because they know the higher percentage that exists. How far is too far in using these numbers?
Well, I think people mention it too much, Kevin, but they don't understand it enough. There's no doubt that analytics plays a huge part in what our game is today. Every team throughout the 30 in the league have several guys employed to look deep into these numbers. But the fact of the matter is, still the best shot in basketball is the dunk or the layup. Teams are still trying to get into the paint and get it done. And the three-point evolution is not going anywhere. So it's about understanding it. Right now we're at a good point. About 33% of shots taken right now are three-point shots. I think we're going to see it get close to 40.
Wow.
That's about the tipping point.
Wow, 40%.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Brent, one of the tougher things a franchise can go through is transitioning from one era to the next.
Well, the Heat have done a pretty good job, especially with how much incredible attention surrounded the Big Three that was formed down in Miami behind LeBron James, Chris Bosh, and their franchise player in Dwayne Wade. So most teams blow it up, and it takes 7 or 8 years to get back to any kind of prominence. But with Eric Spoelstra and Pat Riley in the fold, the Heat have remained competitive and have some young players to build around.
Pass to Mickey. It's Richardson on the wing. On the wing, Johnson. Shot clock at 5. Excellent D that time from Jones. And for the Timberwolves, they're shooting 71% all in all in this one. They've been brilliant offensively. We've heard the rumors, Brent, the death of the big man, but with guys like Towns and Porzingis and others entering the league that can play on the perimeter and still have that length to make a difference inside, could we see a big man renaissance, or at least maybe see him have more of an impact than people are giving him credit for right now?
Well, I think what we're seeing is the evolution of the 5 spot, Kevin. So it's not that the big man is lost. It's that the big man's doing a lot of the things that the little man used to be asked to do, and that is shooting threes, handle the ball, make some decisions at the top of the key, be a playmaker. It's fascinating to watch guys with this sort of size and this sort of skill, and also being this young, having such a tremendous impact for the organizations they're playing for.
Waiters, he's checked in for Miami. And Zhang drops them both.
Well, his body control is phenomenal, and his ability to get to the line has always been impressive. That's a huge part of his game.
Here's Mickey. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Mickey's got 8 points. Timberwolves on offense. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a 3-point play chance right here. 1 free throw coming up.
How about the concentration? He gets hit but stays with the play and gets the finish.
For Minnesota, they have gone 6 of 9 at the line.
And as a team, excellent. A season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
Miami's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And here's Richardson outside. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Got a hand on it.
Hard-nosed defender, and Josh Richardson using a little bit of that length from the wing position to deny that one.
Dragic against Jones. Back to Dragic. Fires from deep. The shot is good. It's his second bucket in 5 tries.
This is the kind of guy that you wake up in a cold sweat the night before you play him. Just a matchup nightmare. Tricky, confident, and he takes on all comers.
Crawford against Waiters. Over Crawford. Offensive rebound. Mickey. Great positioning on the putback.
And his teammates have to step up just a little bit more. He's been lights out. Needs a bit more support.
And they pick up 2. Zhang's got 13 points in just this quarter.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Feeds to Waiters. And Jones over to help. And stolen by Zhang. Tipped away. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession.
And now let's take a look at the stats for Richardson. How he did last season. Last year, averaged 10 points per game, 2 assists and 3 rebounds. And guys, no question, he's a guy with some talent. But honestly, even he'd like to see those numbers improve.
From all the whispers that we've heard, he's been working hard on his game. It just has not showed up yet in the box score.
Crawford with the ball. Now guarded by Dragic. Here's Jones. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Dragic against Muhammad. To the middle. Here's Mickey. Rebound by Zhang.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Muhammad, no luck.
Defense has to feel fortunate. Somehow he missed that opportunity, and still there's no reason for them to give up that kind of open shot.
And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Johnson. Minnesota also making some changes. Wiggins is checked in for Muhammad. Butler comes in for Jamal Crawford. And it's Teague in for Jones. On defense, the Timberwolves. Screen by Olynyk. And Waiters kicks to Dragic. Buries it from three-point range. Dragic has got 8 points in the quarter.
Dragic always scattering around, but that time got his feet up underneath him and knocks down the long ranger.
Shots good from Butler.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Miami's gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Brett, last season you can think of several huge plays and big shots for Dion Waiters. He had a handful of game winners for his team, and one thing Waiters has is the confidence to take that last shot with the game on the line.
Well, I remember the quote from Waiters where he said, "I'd rather go 0 for 30 than 0 for 9, because if you go 0 for 9, that means you stop shooting." I guarantee you any coach he plays for would have him stop at 0 for 9. But the confidence is there always for Dion Waiters.
And let's quickly take a look at some stats for Teague. He had a strong showing last season, 7th in assists, and he'd make you pay every time he went to the line. Top 20 in free throw percentage.
And his floor awareness was impeccable last season. As you mentioned, top 10 in assists, just does a great job of getting everyone involved. First one falls for him. Karl Anthony Towns checked in for Jang. And so he hits both. And the Timberwolves with possession here. Here's Wiggins. Here's Towns. That one doesn't drop. The Heat go the other way with it. Waiters outside. Ball's knocked loose. Towns with the steal. All alone. And the dunk by Towns.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive. That's where I like the shot selection. The defense cannot afford to give up wide open shots. They dodged a bullet there.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Karl Anthony Towns was voted by GMs last season as the player they most want to build a franchise around. But he is not resting on his laurels. He said, "I work hard on my game. I want to be the strongest player, the most intelligent player, and the most skilled player on the court at all times." Kevin?
Thanks, David. That work ethic will definitely help Towns get better. He's already a dynamite player.
And from day one, Towns has been one of the NBA's top post players. A versatile, well-rounded game on the low block. It doesn't hurt that he can step outside and knock down the jumper either.
The finish and the dunk by Towns.
You have two things working here, the turnover and then the excellent finish.
And good job of transitioning end to end there. There was no hesitation.
And here is Waiters. He's got 8. Here's Richardson, and Gibson sends it back.
Taj Gibson doing a good job of just getting the hands up, and then the
Word.
lightning.
That was incredible. .137 left in the first half of basketball. Gibson with the steal. The Timberwolves another fast break chance here. And slam dunk by Butler.
And everyone knows Butler is a lockdown defender, but also terrific at coming up with steals.
Now here's Dragic. He's coming off a 22-point game against Boston. Waiters gets a wide open look. Again, the miss by the Heat.
Well, after getting off to a great start, hitting those first 2 shots, he's definitely regressed a little bit in this quarter.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Outside Dragic. He dishes it to Olynyk. They set the pick. They double him with Wiggins. Kicks to Richardson. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Olynyk.
Poor decision making there. No idea what he's going for with that kind of pass in that situation.
And a new group getting ready for Miami. Adebayo is checked in for Mickey. Justice Winslow comes in for Richardson. Wayne Ellington's checked in for Waiters. And it's Tyler Johnson in for Goran Dragic. Outside Teague. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Here's Wiggins. Here's Towns. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Towns has got 40 points.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
I just really like how Tyler distributes the basketball, skilled at quickly getting the ball over to the open man.
And Towns the bucket on the assist by Teague. Teague's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, focus. Just make the simple play.
And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Ellington with it. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Here's Towns.
Oh! Ouch. My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Ugh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Minnesota on top, just dominating this one. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. With Karl Anthony Towns. Karl, you got some scoring going in that first half. What did you take advantage of?
I'm just finding spots, not chasing it, letting it come to me. Just using what my teammates give me.
Productive half so far, Karl Anthony. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. This big mountain of a man is Shaquille O'Neal, and this hill of a man is Kenny the Jet Smith. The first half was all about Karl Anthony Towns. He went on an historic scoring frenzy, tallying a ridiculous number of points, 8 rebounds, and 1 assist. An extremely potent first 2 quarters for him. And Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
There's so many things you could say about the development of Karl Anthony Towns. Just as accurate from the outside as he is in the post. Defends on the perimeter and the rim.
And over to Shaq. What'd you think about Miami?
Well, they got to do a better job on the glass. Ernie, they got outworked. They were weak physically. That's part of how they fell behind in this game. I think if they can control those things, they'll be okay, Ernie.
That's it for now as the second half's just about ready to go.
We return now to Miami, where you can see all the action happening on Ocean Drive, right on the beachfront. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. Karl Anthony Towns has been sensational.
Yeah, the rebounding, particularly on the offensive side, as good as it gets. He was bringing the effort down low.
Yeah, those extra possessions, considering how hard it can be sometimes to find offense, become invaluable.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. And Miami shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. Dragic and Waiters, they're the backcourt. James Johnson is out there with Mickey, and it's Richardson in at the small forward position. So that's who Eric Spoelstra starts the second half with. Mickey can't hit. Here's Towns. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Now here's Waiters. Outside Dragic. Knocked loose. Richardson against Butler. Here's Gibson. On the wing, Wiggins. And it's Wiggins with the jam.
And Butler, kind of a Swiss Army knife, isn't he? I mean, more than just a scorer, a very capable passer as well.
Out of bounds, Miami takes possession. And a look now at the various locations of the shots taken so far for Towns.
And this is a grown man shot chart right here. Not too much going on outside, but look at how things are for them in the paint. They are attacking the rim and not settling for the jump shot. And right now, it's paying off in bunches. If I'm them, then I'd continue to do the same thing going forward until an adjustment is made.
Knocks it loose and stolen by Wiggins. And Wiggins throws it down.
And there's one thing that's never been in question about Wiggins, his ability to be a high-volume scorer. And in case you needed a reminder, he's giving you one tonight.
And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. They double him with Wiggins. Towns with the steal. And Wiggins with the basket on the assist by Teague. Teague's got 9 assists now tonight.
And you got to like what they're doing offensively, executing at a high rate and starting to pile it on.
Yeah, we're sitting here midway through the game now, and we're starting to see them take more and more control. They look very confident in what they're doing.
They double him with Wiggins. Clock at 6. Looking to end the run, and he nails the jumper. Richardson's got 9 points.
Nice job, Richardson, playing now in the mid-range. That tells me his offensive game is showing confidence.
And that one's good. Wiggins.
And usually teams go on runs, and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks, but not now.
And really one of the quickest guards in our league. Jeff Teague just puts tremendous pressure on your defense when he's attacking the paint. That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half. And whatever the adjustments at halftime, they are looking really good right now.
Yeah, scratching my head trying to remember the last time that they missed. They're on an absolute tear.
They double him with Wiggins. Dragic kicks to Waiters. Tipped away. And the rejection by Towns.
And his foot movement is what makes Towns such a terrific shot blocker. He moves so well and can defend just about any position on the floor.
And the book on T, Greg, is to make him an outside shooter. You don't want him getting to the rim.
I mean, he's a good finisher around the rim. His outside shooting, although streaky at times, not bad, but not great either.
And Gibson over to help. Dishes it to Dragic. And again, it's the Heat missing.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Now on the play, basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
Yeah, they are really starting to push it now.
And looking at Towns and what he can do on the floor already at his age is impressive. This is a guy who's going to be a 20-10 player perhaps for the rest of his career. And as young as he is, I tell you, the sky is the limit.
And Miami making a change here. White's checked in. The Timberwolves also with the sub. Crawford's checked in. And when you look at the second year for Towns, it's comparable to other great big men in the history of the NBA. And Greg, I'm talking about players in the top 50 of all time.
Yeah, I mean, just on the sophomore season stats, he looks like he projects to be one of the all-time greats. Comparable numbers to some of the best who have ever played it. Think of these names: Hakeem, Duncan, Ewing, and the Admiral. Maybe we'll be saying Karl Anthony Towns as well.
For Miami, they haven't yet missed a free throw. 5 for 5.
Yeah, last season, around 71% of the free throws made. And you know what? That has to be a point of emphasis this year.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Minnesota with the ball. They're on a 17-5 run. Oh,
Yikes.
wow.
It's contagious. Every guy on the team working to keep this streak alive.
It's so fun when you're rolling like this. You just want it to continue as long as possible. And right now, fingertips are ablaze.
Towns with the steal. 4-on-3 break. Offensive rebound, Teague. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Teague's got his first points in this one. For Miami, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvement, certainly. Doubled by Crawford and stolen by Jeff Teague. Here's Gibson. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
He's been on his A game, seeking good shots, and he's a huge reason why tonight they're winning.
Back to Dragic. Here's Mickey. Buries it down low. Mickey's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, this is a gravity game right now. Whatever he throws up must come down. He's having a great game.
And the dunk by Towns.
And doing some dirty work on the offensive glass.
And then fouls it up, Greg, with heavy-duty jam on his mind with a terrific putback.
Looking here at some numbers for Johnson. Good season for him last year. Averaged about 13 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
I think you look across the board right now, and he's just doing a much better job. The numbers bear that out.
Minnesota making some changes. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Gibson. Shabazz Muhammad comes in for Wiggins. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Teague. Knocked away. Towns with the steal. Crawford drives in. That one good for 2. Crawford's got his first 2 points of the night.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Waiters passes to Dragic. Doubled by Crawford. Mickey kicks to Waiters. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Dragic with a screen for Johnson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Towns. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Towns has got 51.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Offensive rebound. The dish to White. Knocked loose. Towns with the steal. And now the Timberwolves on the break. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And for a player with his size, Towns has always been very comfortable at the free throw line. And that's a good thing because he finds himself there quite a bit.
The Timberwolves have attempted 11 free throws today and converted 8 of them.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
The free throw drops for Towns. And a new group in for the Heat. Olynyk, he's checked in for Jordan Mickey. Justice Winslow comes in for Johnson. Wayne Ellington's checked in for Waiters. And it's Tyler Johnson in for Goran Dragic. He's perfect from the line this time. Miami's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Now the pass to Olynyk. He feeds it to Winslow. No good, unable to end this run.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Jang. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Jang's got 17.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
2 points. That one goes. And that's 13 points for Kelly Olynyk.
Commending the unselfish play there. What vision on that pass.
And Muhammad gets it to go.
Ooh, excellent work getting that close to the basket. Got to be happy getting those type of shots.
Johnson dishes to Olynyk. Here's White. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Clearly a foul.
Miami shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
Two shots.
And the first one at the line is good. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. It's been all Timberwolves. Jang, the pass to Muhammad. Misses from short range.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
And sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
And White kicks to Johnson. Johnson draws the double. 6 to shoot. Passes to Ellington. Shoots over Towns. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times. Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. And Miami shooting just 33% in the second half so far. They need to look at more high-quality shots. Winslow, wide open. He fires, gets the three-pointer to fall. Winslow's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Muhammad throws it down.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. Johnson dishes to Olynyk. Ellington kicks to Olynyk. They set the screen. Outside, White. From deep three-point range. Rebound by Jang. Jang's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Towns, no luck. Miami's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Muhammad with the ball. It's good. Muhammad's got 18 points in the game.
And great hustle to turn that block shot into a fast break opportunity. Big-time play on both ends.
Johnson kicks to Winslow. Now the feed to Johnson. Pass to Olynyk. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. And Jones over to help. The 15-footer. Rebound, Minnesota. Jang's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Muhammad. And the dunk by Muhammad.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. Johnson kicks to Winslow. And here is Ellington. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Olynyk against Jang. Here's White, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Remember, he played the point guard position for most of high school, so Olynyk has retained that vision.
A putback, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Johnson kicks to Olynyk. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
A lot of points off their turnovers this quarter. Way too many.
And Miami making a change here. Adebayo's checked in. It's Crawford with the drive. Lays it up and banks it in. Crawford's got 4 points in the quarter.
Jamal Crawford's so hard to handle in one-on-one situations. That time blows past the defense.
Shot left block. Bank shot, no good. Minnesota shooting 71% all in all in this one. They've been brilliant offensively. Jones, no luck. The Heat shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. Ellington, it's good with the assist that time from Johnson. Johnson's got 3 assists tonight.
His release is just so smooth from the mid-range. He's just so efficient, getting his points within the flow of the offense. Great recipe for success.
There's 1:17 left to play in the third. He kicks to Olynyk. Back to Johnson. In the corner, it's Ellington. Drills it from outside. Ellington's got 5 now.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face. And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
That's tipped. Johnson double teamed to the paint. The shot by Adebayo, no good. One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync. Ooh, the one-hand tomahawk, guys. Somebody's going to get their feelings hurt.
Yeah, they got the entire bench up right there as they saw that and out of their chairs. Ellington with it, and Crawford picks him up defensively. Pass to Olynyk, the 3. Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound. Towns has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Offensive rebound, and Jang gets it to go. Jang's got 4 this quarter.
He does not play the score. I mean, he's going to continue to work his tail off on the glass and make plays just like that.
That's the kind of guy who does things that breaks the backs of their opponents because they're about wanting it more than the other guy you're up against.
It's been all about Karl Anthony Towns for Minnesota. After a fantastic quarter, he's sitting on a double-double. And there's nowhere to go but up for him. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Head coach Eric Spoelstra mic'd up along the sideline. Let's check it out.
The difference in the game right now is those turnovers that led to fast breaks. Let's just get simple shots, simple plays, okay? Don't need home runs right now.
Eric Spoelstra moments ago wants his guys to focus on making the right play, not the highlight play.
Yeah, style points don't show up on the scoreboard. That's why they never show up in a coach's game plan.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. And a look at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the fourth. They've got Bjelica. He's out there with Cole Aldrich. Brooks is out there with Muhammad. And it's Georges Hunt in at the 2 spot. Brooks. It's Bjelica, and there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
Yeah, no question who's been the aggressor on the offensive glass.
The Heat shooting reasonably well, 45%. Johnson, the pass to Adebayo. Johnson with it, guarded now by Aaron Brooks. On the wing, Winslow. The pass to Adebayo. 5 on the clock. And Haslam kicks to Winslow. Ellington. Rebound, Minnesota.
Just testing out the cannon on that misfire.
Yeah, we've seen him make this shot work, but they can do better.
Miami's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Johnson dishes to Haslam. Ellington kicks to Haslam. Haslam a screen. Passes it to Adebayo. Shoots over Aldrich. The shot by Adebayo, no good.
And defensively, moving his feet there, staying right on top of the shooter.
Some defenses are okay with giving up the mid-range shot. In this case, they contested.
Here's Winslow. That misses off the backboard.
Pretty surprised he missed that shot. The defense was decent, but not really a factor.
And Cole Aldrich with the slam.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? Johnson kicks to Haslam. Here's Winslow, and the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
That's just amazing work from Winslow. Knows he was going to get hit, but he possesses that strength and concentration to hit the shot.
Well, Greg, Justice Winslow had a year that he'd like to forget, his second season in the NBA. Only played in the 18 games before sitting out the rest of the way after a torn labrum.
And we're just happy to see the young man back out on the floor so that he can continue to develop. Always a fantastic defender. And you forget, still a very young player who can round into a contributor, I believe, on offense.
That's good from Winslow. Brent, when we look at some of the classic rivalries between teams, they don't always look as emotionally charged nowadays. Is there a way you think to get that back?
Well, the first thing I do, Kevin, is not try to manufacture anything. The second thing I would avoid is please don't bring up the Lakers-Celtics rivalry in the 80s. And the last thing I would make you conscious of is the fact that, look, players are moving around so often that it's hard to get years and years of the same matchup with the same guys on the roster. Now, look, accept the competition for what it is, and if we get another one where teams are facing one another more often, then let's enjoy it for what it is.
Pass to Adebayo. Johnson kicks to Winslow. Off target from three-point range.
Well, he's gotten shots up, but they're not finding the rim. The squad's suffering because of it right now, a bit out of rhythm.
It's Bielitsa, and at last they get one to fall.
Pretty ferocious and sheer determination shown on that one. Easy to see why he gets those easy scoring opportunities.
Pass to Adebayo. Rebound, Minnesota. Aldridge has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's Muhammad. Here's George's Hunt, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And you can see how this game is going. I mean, put a body on somebody.
Right, you're down by double digits. You have to play with maximum intensity just to have a chance to come back. Not seeing it here.
And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. And the Heat with some changes. James Johnson's checked in for Winslow. And it's Richardson in for Wayne Ellington.
Josh Richardson.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Ball's knocked loose. Here's Bielitsa. Here's Muhammad. And he uses the glass on the layup. Muhammad's got 24.
Coaching staff high-fiving themselves there, watching that team move the ball around, doing whatever is best for the team.
Johnson kicks to Haslam. Feeds to Richardson. He dishes it to Johnson. Here's Adebayo. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line. It's going to go on Cole Aldridge. Brent, if your team won't be competing for a championship, talk about the balance between giving your first-round picks or young players the playing time they need to develop against making them earn their minutes. That's a very fragile movement back and forth.
I agree, Kevin. Such a tight rope to walk because you don't want to upset veterans on your team who still want to go out and compete on a nightly basis. And you also want to make sure that your rookies just aren't opening the door for them to go out and do whatever it is they want to do on the floor because of your team's situation. So I think that's where the communication between the coach and the staff and how it is that the player is developing, you just don't dole out the minutes for that player's progression.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Okaro White comes in for Udonis Haslem. And it's Dragic in for Tyler Johnson. So he gets them both.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Here's Muhammad. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
One shot. One shot.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
He'd have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Richardson the pass to Dragic. On the wing, Johnson. Back to Dragic. Right a screen. Jumper off the screen. No good from Dragic.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Oh, man, he'd love to have that one back. He just does everything right, but doesn't get the finish.
The pass to Adebayo. Shoots over Muhammad. The shot by Adebayo, no good.
Got to get out of his compass and just try to find himself right now and get himself going.
The shot's good from Aldridge.
And they've just been so comfortable at both ends of the floor. I mean, you'd almost think they're playing at home.
Well, the crowd got in here tonight and sat down, and that's where they stayed all night long, extremely poised, which has led to a monster lead.
Fast break, Minnesota. Here's Brooks. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Miami's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Richardson dishes to White. Brooks against Richardson. With the teardrop, tips it. It's been all Timberwolves. And here we go. Fast break. Muhammad's got it. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. 29 points for Shabazz Muhammad.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Here's Johnson. The good-looking shot from the wing. Minnesota shooting 55% in the fourth. They are executing late. And he gets it to go. Brooks has got 4 this quarter.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Dragic kicks to Johnson. Hey, Brent, what are some of the biggest differences between NBA play and international play?
I think in international play, and we're moving more and more towards it, Kevin, is possessions oftentimes involve 5 to 6 passes and exploring quick cuts to the basket, big guys away from the hoop, and opening up space around the lane for cutters to get in there and slicing through with passes to get available scoring opportunities. A lot of these coaches have borrowed some sets, especially during international competition with the Olympics, that they brought back to training camps for the NBA season.
Passing, cutting, shooting. I mean, those are the most attractive things to the naked eye to see and watch.
You know what, Kevin? That sounds a lot like basketball to me.
Yeah, me too. Here's Muhammad, and Muhammad throws it down.
And you can see it. They're in a nice rhythm in terms of shooting. It's been that way the entire second half.
And then there's the other team. Can't say that about them. Big gap in the recent field goal percentage between these two squads.
White against Muhammad. Shot clock at 6. White the pass to Dragic. That 3 off the mark.
But still, eventually you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
Nice shot by Brooks.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
Now here's Richardson. Johnson outside. They double team Johnson. Back to Richardson. To the right side. There's Dragic with the 3, and it goes out of bounds. That went off Dragic. Kelly Olynyk checked in for the Heat, and a change for the Timberwolves. Zhang's checked in. They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum.
Miami's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only 1 of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Now here's Richardson. Defense is right there. 6 on the shot clock. Off the screen. Rebound Minnesota. Zhang's got his 7th rebound here tonight. From 13, here's Georges Hunt. And another shot. Not going to go that time. The Heat go the other way with it. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. Dragic against Brooks. Kicks it to Olynyk. Got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession.
Yeah, tremendous hustle just to get a hand on that one.
Anticipation, reads the play all the way. So close to a steal.
Tyler Johnson, he's checked in for the Heat. Pass to Adebayo. Lets it go from 14. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic.
Not a stellar first half, but he's become an absolute machine scoring the ball in the second.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Brent, for the NBA, it's been a very prosperous time over the last couple decades. What do you think has been the key factor or factors in the growth and the popularity of the game?
Kevin, I think the game speaks for itself and always will. The NBA, to me, is the greatest game that we get a chance to watch. Athleticism and poetry in motion. But one of the things at its foundation and core that I've loved is that the guys that are carrying the mantle for the league right now are likable. And there's nothing that beats likability.
And they appreciate, Brent, I think they appreciate the people that were before them very much.
I think they not only appreciate what's gone before them, Kevin, they're in the moment now. And they appreciate what's going on with their careers in their moment.
Screen by Olynyk. Good ball movement here by the Heat. 6 to shoot. The Heat need to get a shot off. White, good on the three-point shot. White's got 5 points in the quarter.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, and then the fear sets in that you're going to create driving lanes that could lead to easy buckets. This is not an easy fix.
Johnson dishes to Olynyk. Now here's Ellington, defended by Jones. Adebayo passes to White, and White with the stuff.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
Here's Muhammad, and Muhammad throws it down.
Yeah, just a simple one-hand flush.
I think he got a few more inches on his vertical by going with the spike. 1:51 left in the game. Miami's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. Johnson kicks to White. Ball's knocked loose. Adebayo passes to White. Here's Adebayo. Clock at 6. 17-foot shot on the way. Again, the Heat good for 2.
Where was the D on that one? Just too easy.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Timberwolves.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Karl Anthony Towns.
He did it all tonight, making an impact with more than just his scoring. How about the fact that he got a triple-double?
Gets it to go. That one good from Adebayo.
And you'll take that shot every time down. Beautiful work all the way around.
And the Timberwolves call time here. They're up. There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter. chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Karl Anthony Towns.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. There's 42 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Jang, no luck. Jones against Johnson. Over Jones. Here's Adebayo. And he makes the bucket through contact and gets the whistle too.
I like the physicality there on the glass on full display. Great at hitting the boards and then capitalizing off the second chance opportunity.
One shot.
Way to hit it. 26 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And Muhammad gets it to go.
Yeah, with this lead, that's probably going to do it. Fans heading for the exits.
The team came in fired up from the opening tip. You can see the focus. They're ready to do battle.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Muhammad. "17 seconds left in the fourth. And Olynyk kicks to Johnson. And it's Johnson again missing. Here's Brooks. Got a piece of it. Johnson with it. So it's Minnesota winning this one easily. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Andrew, an impressive win for you guys. How will you look back on tonight?
It feels great, I think the whole team played great. We shared the ball, we grabbed rebounds, we made big possessions, so I think it was a great game.
Hey, Andrew, congrats again. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. See you next time.